Okay, good evening, guys. I hope we are all well. It's 5:45. I think we can begin. Um, before today's topic, I just want to know if there are any issues from what we have covered so far. Any, anything that you need maybe clarity on. If you've been working on any article and you're finding any challenges, the time you can ask on any topic. Oh, I remember Shiro last week. You asked about those shortcuts. I'm yet to get them, but I'm going to share them. Yes, do we have any other issues from the topics we have covered so far? Okay, I think silence means everything must be okay. Today we are going to look at the concept of content curation and aggregation. Does anyone have any idea about these terms? Content aggregation or curation? Or what would you, if someone asked you what either of the terms is, how would you submit towards that? Yes, Bernard?
Yes, good evening, Edward, and my fellow scholars.
Yes.
What comes to my mind is uh, having content which has been built, which is in, which is developed every other day.
Mm,
Additionals when providing stuff for the web, that you have content which is accumulating,
mm,
which is curating. That
mm.
is the idea I get.
Okay, thank you. That's correct, Bernard. Yes, Govule.
Um, Thank you, Edward. I think for me, what I would consider content curation is putting together content in preparation for probably an event, or normally curators we find a lot of curators like at art exhibitions who collect content from different places and then put it together for review. It's more like a medium of, of, uh, of content, a format of distribution of content.
Okay, thank you very much. I also like the analogy you used of art. Actually, curation and curating comes from art. These curators are people who bring different art collections from different places, then place them somewhere in the most appealing format or way. So yeah, there's a correlation there. Thank you, Shiru. Any other submission regarding curation? Yes, John?
I think, in my own understanding, content curation is the skill of collecting various information from that has been published from other sites, and then those information might be on the same subject. So, as a curator, I'll pick my information from content from all those sites, merge them together, and add an extra layer or a little information on top of that. Yes.
Yes, thank you. Actually, you have summarized it well, both all your submissions. So curation That is the practice of getting content on a particular, let's say, topic or something from different sources, bring it together in one platform, see how you can add value to it, rearrange it in the most appealing way. I don't know if I'm cutting you short, Moses. You seem to have unmuted and want to share something. Moses, did you have something to share? Okay. So thank you for those submissions. They are very true and pertinent. And as we're going to see later on in some of our curation best practices and some of the things, I am glad that we have already mentioned them. So this is going to be a smooth sail. Okay. So getting information from the internet is like drinking from a fire hydrant. Okay. So when you go online, you're searching for content, you find that you're getting very many results. You don't know where probably to get the most apt results for the kind of that you're looking for. I think we even saw this the other week when we looked at how to search the internet effectively. And actually, that's why it's important to be able to search the internet effectively. But as we are going to see later, these practices of curation, aggregation, help us also stand out as industry professionals. Because just like John said, a curator, and even Govule and even Bernard, a curator has a skill of knowing the right content, where to get it from, the kind of value you add to it, then also publishing it to and distributing it to platforms. Okay. So, and that's why if you see these things are kind of correlated. The sessions that we did on searching the internet, optimizing your content, now curation. So you know when we are talking about now uh, curation, which involves optimizing your content, adding value to it. You know that the value addition you can do is one of it is through the optimization that we looked at previously. Okay, so yes, this is just also in reference to what we're talking about, information overload. When you search something online, sometimes you get overwhelmed with content. So content online comes in three forms. We have content that is created, that is from scratch. Okay, so we have, let me go back to this. We have content that is created, content that is aggregated, and then content that is curated. Okay. Created is from scratch. Curation, I'm glad that we have already mentioned it. So I now pose the question, what of aggregation, content aggregation? What comes to your mind when someone mentions that? Crispus, you're welcome. And Naomi, you can even pick it from the word aggregate to draw context to what it actually means in terms of content here. Yes, Govule?
But aggregating, if I'm to use, I don't know how to connect it to content, but I would assume aggregating is like creating categories. Yeah, if I still use my example of art of curating, if uh, if it's, for example, you're collecting photographs and you want documentary photos, you can aggregate them as aggregate like documentary photos, or street photography. You categorize them in that format. You curate them from several people, and then you organize them into that format. That's how I understand it.
Okay, thank you. That's a good explanation. It's in line. Any other? How do you understand aggregation of content? or to even just to aggregate. Okay, so to aggregate actually means, let's say, grouping of things that are similar together. Okay, so, oh, yes, yes, Crispus, please give your take. Yes, Crispus.
Is not so far away from Gvule, but yeah, it is it is just collecting related data, like putting together, aggregating, putting together related data from various sources, and of course for purposes of embedding in a certain in certain other content that one aims at developing. That is my view of understanding what aggregation, content aggregation.
Yes, actually, if you combine your submission with Govule, that's actually aggregating. So you get, especially for let's say online, you get content based on certain keywords or topics or terms, just like Govule said, and then you're able to avail them in one location where people can find them. Okay, so you bring that content as it is. These are usually links, like we're going to see. You don't add any value to it. Your role as an aggregator is just to present that information based on that topic or a keyword. And we're going to see some examples of aggregator websites, but I'm glad now that at least we have a good understanding of what aggregation is, curation is, and of course creation, which is basically from scratch, which is starting your content from scratch. So let us proceed. Um, yes, so aggregation is like it's compiling information on any topic for one or more related keywords and publishing them on one platform, as we have said. So this RSS feed is automated, and it collects information exclusively based on keywords. Okay. Some and this is what I'd emphasize, content aggregator websites don't produce their own content. Instead, they collect content from other websites around the internet and aggregate it into one easy to find location. One good example is Google News. I want to believe at least some of us have been able to go to Google News. It's a good example of an aggregator website. As you can even see here on the right, Google News is a news aggregator developed by Google. Okay, it's organized from thousands of publishers. If I click to go there, let me share this link in the chat for anyone who is interested to visit it. Yes, so this is an aggregator website, and as you can see, the content is arranged based on keywords, topics. So if you want anything dealing with Uganda, you go right there, business, okay, and none of this content is theirs. What their role is to pick from different websites that are publishing on these different topics, so that people who are looking or interested in any of these can easily find the relevant links there. So that is content aggregation. It's one avenue which some media houses do their work. Though, as on a professional point, and even in terms of real value, we encourage as much curation, okay? Because here you are simply bringing from different sources and making them available in one place. Whereas with curation, as we had shared by John, Shiru, and I think Bernard, there is value addition you do in addition to the content that you are actually providing. So I think there are others. There is All Africa as well, allafrica.com. It's another good example of a news aggregator website. Yes, sorry, I hadn't seen this in the chat. Yes, Moses C further emphasizes it's just like a one-stop center, one-stop shop for information. Yes, any information you want based on a particular topic, you go and find it there. Okay, so All Africa is also a good example. So this, I think, aggregates content that is published from different countries. Okay, and as you can see here, if you go to the headline section, South Africa, what are the top headlines in different countries? Africa, Kenya, okay. Then on the menu here, I think this is where you can now, here are different topics. If you want any information on different topics, business, conflict, there. If you want now country specific, East Africa, come here, bring to Uganda, and then you can see all the top stories in Uganda from the different media outlets, Ugandan media outlets. So as you can see here, top headlines. So they are bringing from Nile Post, Independent, okay, Global Press Journal, and you see they really attribute the source. They are not claiming like this is what they are publishing. What their intention is just to bring in one area. Does anyone have any other example of an aggregator site that they have come across after looking at those examples? I don't know if Yahoo News is
Devex, I don't know that Devex counts
Devex.
normally.
Let me
Yes.
DEVEX. Is it like that, Shiro? Govule. Maybe let me come here to go Devex News. Is this the one?
Yes.
Okay. This also looks like it. Let's see on finance. See what they have. Isn't this and these written by them? You see, Devex invested. These don't look like they're from different.
Some are actually from, but I think it doesn't qualify really. It could be.
Because if you see, I see there's some aspect of it there, but if you clearly see how these dedicated aggregator sites are, you really see that they bring links and content from various sources on a particular keyword.
Okay.
Yes. Does anyone have any other example that we can look at, having looked at those two? Moses has shared this from the internet. Let me check it out. So we have Bing News Search, Bing.com News Search. Okay. World, business, politics. Okay. Entertainment. So let's go to, let's say, politics. I can see. Yeah, this looks like something like that. This is from New York Post, Fox, LA Times, Yahoo. Yeah, I think this is aggregating. Yeah, more news. This is BBC, Independent, USA Today. Yeah, so this is also another good example. Just like Google News, I think also Bing has their aggregator news site where they bring and aggregate content on different topics. Thank you for this, Moses C. Another good example. Entertainment. Let me see here. Yeah, this looks more like it. Any other example you can look at? Apple. Okay, let's see a shared Apple. Apple News. Interesting. I don't know if this is because I can see here this looks like Apple News based on things that are related to Apple. Hmm? I don't think this is an example of an aggregator. Sorry.
I think it's not free. That's the challenge. They have articles,
But
but it looks like it's not free. It's
are they
showing.
okay? Let me check here in all publications. For example, Apple News. Okay. If I go to sports here, golf. I don't think this is really tailored to be an aggregator site.
I think it is, but it's not free. Apple doesn't want to do anything for free. That's the challenge.
Yeah, I don't give free things. Okay, thank you. Any other? Opera News. Let's check out Opera News. Mm, mm, operanews.com. Is this the one? Opera News Hub. Is this the one of Opera News? Am I on the right address? Operanews.com. Whoever shared it. Because I can see here we have Opera News, this, then we have Opera. Let me see. There's even none for Uganda here. See Kenya. So I see we have here Opera News. It seems this is more app-based, like on mobile. If you look at it, because when I click on Opera News, it takes me to Google Play, where to install. I hope you've seen that, Crispus. Phoenix. Let me check Phoenix. Now it's now mixing Phoenix, the state in America. Do you have the real link to it? Because if I look at the links, the links here, they are all different. These are American publications. I have a feeling some of these are really mobile based, especially now like Opera News and Phoenix. Let me check the last one that you've shared. MSN. Again, this as well. Yeah, this must be a good example. Different topics. whether you technology, we can come here to technology. And as you can see, they've aggregated articles on technology from different sites. Yes, this is also a good example. Thank you for sharing. Yes, so I think from those examples, we really get the idea of what aggregation is about. And if we further look at the concept here, so we have looked at these examples. Relief Web is another one as well. Relief Web is a good example. Yes, so we have tools for content aggregation. Okay, if I showed you here, although to be able to add that RSS, sorry, that aggregator plug-in on your website, your website has to be paid for. Okay, but I can show you a tool here. For example, Auto board. Copy this. And then I paste it, press enter. So you can sign up. You can sign up for an account, and then you create your own customized RSS feed where you shall be getting information on any topic that you want. Okay, so you can sign up here, create an account, and you select the topics that you want to be aggregated to you or on any content. If it's technology, you select. Banange Allen, abo bagambe bannaye bali mu kuleekaana. Okay, so that's how Alltop works. Even the rest of the different links that I've shared, like Flipboard, Mix, when you get the presentation, it's just the same process, signing up, and then you select the different topics that you want aggregated to you. So that's the process of aggregating. If you want to turn your site into an aggregator site, all you have to do is get that aggregator plugin, but you have to have your site upgraded, because right now, if you're still using the free version, you can't be able to add in those plugins. But just like I'd mentioned earlier, aggregation is good, but for real value addition and competence in the industry, curation is really the go-to, or it's what I would advise you to really focus on doing, especially if you want to become an expert in some of the areas that you'll be curating on. So any questions regarding aggregation? Tabitha, you've been very quiet. Naomi, at least the rest I've heard from. Is everything okay? Okay, great. All right, we can proceed to the next. So we have looked at aggregation, and now it's time we look at content curation. This, I think, has been explained quite well. It's like sorting out seeds, putting them into context, framing them so that they can make sense. Okay. There's this quote from where it says that it's the act of finding, grouping, organizing, or sharing the best and most relevant content on a specific issue. So this was already John already gave us good context to it. So basically, you as a curator, you need to have good internet search skills, because you need to search for content. Then you need to have good ways in which you organize that content that you've found, grouping it together, and then also how best you're able to share relevant content, because there's a lot of content on every topic, but sieving, as we're going to see, the process of curation is very important. What you distill, what you choose to include as part of your curation work, or even what you choose to leave out. Okay, so there are some examples here. I think this is something that I've done before. If I click here, I have some articles that I've also curated that can also be of help. So is anyone already doing this? Could be here, and that some of us are already curating information on different topics. Is anyone doing any content curation as yet? Could have been already doing it and you are not aware that you are actually a content curator. Okay, so I see. Okay, again, I'll go here so that we can see some examples. Which one can we use? Yes. So this is an article that I did, and it's curated, meaning I was able to bring content from different sources, be able to group them together, because that's another aspect of curation. Once you bring the content in, how well are you organizing it to make sense, basing on relevance of the content to your target people, basing on your expertise, because you'll find that this is arranged in different ways and different sources. So how best you bring that content from different sources, put it together, okay? Then also, this is the aspect of value addition. We have the images here. So the images are a part of the value addition, where you add more context to the topic, and this is now your real value as a curator. What value are you adding into the content that you're already finding on different sources? So are you able to find videos that speak to that topic that you can add into your article? We saw how to add different videos. You bring in some nice engaging graphics that help to explain this well, so that by the time someone reads this content, they can really see that you've done a good job in really bringing in valuable information that helps them understand this topic at a different level. Okay, so there are different ways of adding in value. You can even get opinions from different experts on that topic who can give their perspective. And also, as a curator, it's very important that you're also able to add your own perspective, because a curator, you cannot curate on something that you do not know or that you're not an expert in. Otherwise, you won't be able to add value to it and even present it in the most relevant and sensible way. So being a curator requires you to have a lot of good expertise on the topic. And the good thing about curation is that, remember, you're picking from different sources. You're picking from different sources. So you have to read through. You read through the content. By the time you present it in your work, you've read through and ensure that it has made sense to people. Okay. So I hope that draws more perspective and understanding of what curation is. I know we had already explained it well from John. Okay. Sorry. Has my sound kept breaking? I'm seeing Bernard here saying, has it been for the rest as well? It could be your internet, Bernard. Sorry about that. Okay. So I think I was clear because the rest say I was clear. Sorry about that, Bernard. At which point, what did you, is there anything that was not clear that I had mentioned earlier? Yes, Bernard, you probably have any question on what we have, on what I was talking about that you can probably ask, and then I can give an answer to. Okay, then I see there's another question here from Musisi. Please give some light on the categorization of aggregator, e.g. blog aggregators, news, social media aggregators. Okay. Well, I have not read in depth on these different ones, but even I think a simple Google search can give us. So we can look at these all separately and we see what they say. Say blog aggregators. Then we go to the next one. News aggregators. News aggregator. Social media aggregator. Yeah. So if you look at a blog aggregator, I don't see it giving any definition here. So then news aggregator provides update information from different sources, and then I think this is what we've been looking at. Okay. Jaja. Then social media aggregator. I think these are social media aggregator tools. What are aggregators in social media? Yes, a social media aggregator is a tool that allows you to collect posts and updates from different social media feeds. So it creates an organized view of social posts on a specific topic. Yes, so I think this is a tool that can help you get posts from different social media platforms about a particular topic. Okay, that's social media aggregators. Seems like it's a tool. If you want to get any topic surrounding soccer or anything, some of these tools that you can use, and it could be able to bring you information in your feed from Facebook, Twitter, different platforms all together. Okay, but I think you can do more research on that, Musisi, especially in those terms. There should be good understanding of that online. Then Bernard says plugins. Yes, a plugin. This is, let's say, how can I term it? Like a kind of executable file that you add into your website that enables some additional functionality. Okay, so to be able, for your site to be able to aggregate content based on keywords from different sites, you need to have an aggregator plugin installed. And to be able to install a plugin on your, for WordPress, you have to upgrade your website. Currently, the websites that we opened with WordPress are free. So right now they cannot have that functionality. But if you choose to upgrade, you can have that aggregator plugin and you should be able to aggregate content on different topics and they be available on your website. I hope that makes it clear. Bernard, is that okay? I think we can proceed.
Yes, it is okay, Edward.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Where was I? Yes, we had looked at, I think I had finished explaining what curation is. Yes, so here, this graphic, let me just extend this. This graphic here puts into context the content curation process. Okay, so curation begins by first seeking. This is where you're searching the internet. You've established your topic that you want to curate about. Then now you're going to different sources. Okay, where are you getting it from? And actually, aggregate like is a process as in itself in the curation process, because sometimes you'll get information from aggregator websites. Okay, so you seek for information, and that's why it's important to have your skills of searching the internet effectively. And then the second step here is on sensing. So then here we have the aggregating after seeking. Now you go to these aggregator websites where they have brought content from different topic that you're interested in. Then now you start distilling which is the most relevant, okay? Because there's millions of results you'll get on even links, but according on your judgment as an expert on that topic, and also basing on audience needs, you find what topic is most relevant and you distill and leave the most appropriate. Then elevating is now the value addition. What additional images are you adding in? Are you also adding in a paragraph or two of your expert um, analysis on that particular topic? Are you bringing in voices from other experts who can speak on that well? Are you getting in probably opinions from, if it's something that affects in the community or something, you can even go ahead to bring in views from the community. If it could be social media, you could go ahead and even ask people about that topic on social media. People give you feedback and you add their feedback in your story. So elevation really comes in various forms. And then mashup is how you mix all that together. Okay, that careful and delicate arrangement of that information, it making sense, is what we call a mashup. And then chronology is how you present this information in the most sensible and easy to understand way. You can have content in one platform, but because of the chronological order, how coherent and how it's flowing, it may not be able to make sense that well. So that is also very much needed. And then, of course, the last bit is sharing. Curated content is not good if it just stays where you put it. You have to share it as widely as possible, your different networks, so that it can reach as many people as possible. And that's I know sharing is sometimes it can get overwhelming. You have Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, but if you want to reach as many people as possible, you have to really put the effort for as many avenues through which your curated content can reach people. So that is the 3S process: seeking, sensing, and sharing. Any questions regarding this? I hope everything was clear from the graphic and the explanations. Okay, I'll take that as a yes. So, how, of course, we see today.
Edward, there's a comment in the chat box
Oh,
from Bernard. I think he's asking about clarifications on the plugins. I don't know that you answered that.
oh yes, I did answer this. This was, I think he was asking on the aggregator plugin I talked about for the website, and I answered it. Okay, so just like most of the things today have been affected by AI, in either good or bad way, but AI has also, you can also use some tools of AI in your content curation efforts. Okay. And here we approach them from the angle of especially helping you search for information if you're looking in the process of seeking. Okay. If you want to seek, you can use AI. It will give its perspective on that topic so that you can, and the thing about it is that AI is also just one source itself. Don't rely completely on what AI has given you. You need to cross compare from different sources. And a good curator has multiple sources. Okay, has different sources of content where he picks from, because if you pick all your content from one source, then you're literally just getting from one source. So you need to be able to have a variety of sources you pick from content, put in one place, and then be able to elevate it well. So one tool that can do that is Perplexity. I don't know if we looked at this last week. Did we? In internet search.
Yes, briefly.
Yes, briefly, we can just look at it one more time. Perplexity is perplexity.ai. It provides you with content on a topic, and why it is good is because it shows you the source of that information. Okay, so if you put here, supposing you're curating on the role of media, you're curating on this topic, and then you click role of media, so it will give you an answer, but then again it provides you with the sources here. Okay, so if you click on any of these, it takes you to these different links that speak about the role of media, and then you can determine if this is really relevant for your curation efforts. Okay, so Perplexity, you can utilize it as much as possible. Okay, as you can see, it even gives you related searches, the different types of media. So you can even add in some of these things if you deem them fit for your work. So Perplexity is one of them. Then of course ChatGPT. I think we looked at this the other time briefly. Again, you can ask ChatGPT on a particular topic, how best you command it. It gives you information, and then you see if you can use it again. Okay. I think we shall have a specific session for AI, especially. But yeah, AI it can be used in the process of seeking. So utilize it as much as possible on any topic. If you're going to curate about anything, you can go on Google search, but also see what some of these AI tools give you, because many times they're actually really deep and comprehensive in explanations of different things. So it has actually really helped and accelerated content curation efforts. Actually, even many of the articles that I do, um, let me just put here an example. So today, as a communications expert, with the use of AI and content curation skills, you can literally publish an article every day on different topics. Okay, because with now ChatGPT, you can also tell it to generate for you an optimized article. Okay, so someone suggest a topic here that we can generate an article about, and you see what ChatGPT gives us. Which topic can we suggest here? Yes, IDF war on Gaza, royal weddings. Ah, You guys, some of the questions, some of the topics you'll be wanting ChatGPT to royal wedding in general, in Africa, in because it's going to give you, you have to, the question to ask it is what it will give you. So sometimes a little bit more specificity is important. IDF war on Gaza. I don't know if this chat GPT version even has the latest information on Israel war on Gaza. But guys, I'm expecting you to be suggesting topics within your realm of work, communication. These seem like more personal things. Tabitha, asking for, is this in relation to the recent wedding of the Basoga or news? Again,
Edward, we also have journalists in the group. It's not only communications people. So news very important.
okay, news, okay. Because if you want, news is a bit
And
kind
probably
of,
how the Gaza war affects.
okay, because uh, the royal, the royal wedding in regards to news, I don't, since news has that form of currency about it, I don't think ChatGPT could be able to give you accurate, up to date. Anyway, I think we're even speaking. Let me try and let me put it here. News regarding the royal wedding in Busoga Kingdom. So I think you see what it has brought for. I think you can see what it has brought here, Tabitha. So its last update, knowledge update, is in January 2022. For things dealing with current news that is really current, ChatGPT may not be able to give you the most accurate and update information. Okay, developing opinions on innovations. Okay, let's try this one. So if I come here, add to new chat, I'll tell it to generate a well optimized plagiarism free article on that topic Crispus has put, and then I tell it to enter. Okay, so as you can see here, it's developing for you content based on that topic. And you see how the kind of words we put, plagiarism free, optimized article. So it suggests for you a good title for your article, an introduction. So you can copy this, put it in your WordPress or anything, see what you leave out, see what you can improve, add images, add relevant videos, the hyperlinking we were talking about when we were doing search engine optimization, hyperlink some text, add in relevant videos, add in now your own perspective so that it just doesn't seem all AI. And today, by the way, there are so many tools, there are different tools that detect AI work. Okay, if I'm to show you here, is it AI.com? I don't know if you guys have seen this before. Is it AI.com? Let me share it here. People are able to detect all the information that you're generating is AI based. And one way you can deal with that, so we have here text detector. One way you can deal with that is not fully just copying and pasting everything. You need to bring from different sources, okay, just like we saw in the process, seeking, then you analyze, distill, elevate, mash up, and then be able to distribute. So for example, if I copied that text here and put it here from ChatGPT, getting content from ChatGPT or AI is not bad, but if you also able to add from different sources as well, the better for you. So here you click on check text and then it will bring you a scale. Oh, interesting. This text is likely to be highly human generated. I want to believe it's because we added that aspect of plagiarism free. I don't know, but usually it detects AI work. So this is actually good. If you're doing any work and you're using AI, it's important you come and test it with these kinds of tools, because many times you'll find that some people are going to now start doing these checking to see if all the content that you're generating is that. So how to beat that is by adding some of those clues: plagiarism free content, okay, well optimized. You can even add from various online sources, so that by the time ChatGPT generates it from you, it's really bringing it on a basis of well-grounded research from different resources online. Okay, I see also, yes, Musisi asked about preparation for Christmas. So I hope as you can see that you can write about anything in your field of work. For especially for news, it's a little bit quite different, because news has that currency element. So you may not heavily rely on this, but if you're going to write expert opinions, especially for online on any topic, you can come and get some real well-grounded research here. So Mrs. is saying generate a well-optimized article on how to prepare for Christmas. And you press enter. Yeah, so I can see that even bringing you two responses. Wow, I think these are some of the updates they have done. So if you are writing about Christmas, you can come and put here tell it to generate for you an article. As you can see, it has broken it down well. Some of the elements we looked up in search engine optimization, it already does for you here. It creates subheadings, but ChatGPT won't generate for you images. It won't give you videos that you can use. So that's where you come in to elevate the content and also the other things we looked at of expert opinions, your own analysis as an expert on that topic. Okay, so I hope we are now at par, Mosisi, Crispus. I think we looked at yours as well, and also Tabitha, in regards to the use of AI, especially in the seeking process of content curation. Okay. Yes, so just like we have seen, content curation, of course, this is best done if you have your own website or platform portfolio, like we even looked at the other time, LinkedIn, any portfolio that you choose, you can choose to do your curation from there, meaning you publish your content there, add value, but even you can use your social media to do what? To do content curation. Okay. So maybe as we dive into that, how do you think content curation can be achieved or done on social media? The concept is the same, but we want to see in the context of social media. Yes. Social media content curation. Okay. So basically here, what we mean by social media content curation. So the principles and practice of it do not change that much, but what is being done here is now it's happening on your on your social media platforms. So for example, if you are a consultant or a communications expert on for for let me see which for let's say UNICEF Uganda, okay, you're the communications officer. So probably you are going to do curation on things that are related to children's matters, okay, try child related things. So on your social media, you can, for example, now like platforms that allow a thread, you can choose to curate on any topic that is relevant to your work and to you, the people that follow you. So for example, you can choose to show on your platform on your X the 5 best foods for nutrition for children aged 1 to 5. So in one tweet, you put there the foods that are good, maybe the advantages, and then you can also attach a video and an image that goes along with that. And by adding an image or video, that is the value addition that we are doing what we are talking about. So it's basically gathering content from different sources, again, ensuring that you have distilled it well, it's relevant to your audience, has value in it, and then also you can also add, of course, it's your own account, so you add your own expertise to it, give it value, then you publish it. So I hope it's now clear in regards to social media content curation. And if we see here, provides how to get started with content curation on social media. So very first and important, you have to set a realistic goal. All good curation begins or is just like anything good in life. Planning is very important. So what is the goal of that curation? Are you making people aware? Are you giving people just information? Do you want engagement? So for example, things like telecom networks, they're supposed to be able to do well curated content. Of course, now maybe that one is mostly original, but the way they present it should be really with a lot of value addition, especially now, like if you want to share information regarding some codes to press or something, put text there, dial this and this and this. Then you can also have a graphic showing the manual, the explanation as well. So you also have to always find ways in which you can spice up your work to make it more valuable. So like we said, set a realistic goal. What do you want to achieve? What are your parameters of the goal? You want to achieve engagement? Do you want influence? Do you want to raise awareness? All those are very important, so that because at the end you want to analyze your curation efforts. Did they lead to this after I did this? What went wrong? Sometimes you even do curation on something and it super exceeds your expectations. Then you draw experiences and lessons from that. That what did they do this time that made this really, pop or led to a lot of engagement? Or sometimes even you find that people are not interested in that topic that you're curating. And as we're going to see, it's very important. Curation is not done for yourself as an expert. You're doing it for other people. Okay. After understanding their needs, then also basing on your expertise as an expert in that area, then you're able to curate on what people are actually interested in. So it's very your curation efforts are supposed to be tailored into what people are interested and desired in that particular topic. Please, if you have any questions, I'm now in full screen mode, so I can't be able to see the chat. If you have any question, you can either unmute. If you choose to put in the chat, either one of you who is able to speak, you can always interject me and you mention the question. Next is knowing your audience. Again, I've been explaining this. This is very important. Your audience persona, the kind of things that they're interested in, is how you align your curation efforts. Okay, because if you go there and just pick any random topic that you've not had people are interested in, then I'm afraid is, for example, right now, if you wanted to do something around COVID-19 prevention, I'm not saying COVID-19 is not relevant, but in the current moment and state, it's not something that is really pressing that some people are really interested in finding out right about now. Okay, so you could find probably if you're a doctor or something on social media, you could curate on something that people are probably facing right now and need information on. So other ways of also finding things that your audience, yeah, maybe before I state, you can also be able to share what are some of the ways you can know things that your audience are interested in or topics that they would want to get more information about. How do you get information, especially from online audiences? Yes, because you'll find that you guys have to do this a lot in your work, especially if you're maybe in comms and even news. You want to get people's views on a particular topic before you can either write about it, publish, or even include their opinions. Yes, Govule?
Well, thanks, Edward. For me, in the communications world, and when I'm creating content for social media or blogs, uh, I always do referencing as one of the ways of understanding my audience. I look out for an organization uh, that has that does this all close to the same work that we do, and reference from their websites or social media. So you'll notice that some of the basically you could even follow like the donors and get their style, how they curate their messages, or to understand what their audience wants. Sometimes you can even have like polls where you ask the audience uh, openly, like in opinions, and people will give you their suggestions on what you should focus on or write about. There are also online tools that like there are also online tools that allow you to that give you analytics for different platforms, and this can help you understand what your audience also loves and likes engaging with.
Yes, thank you. I hope you have not finished points for people. But yeah, you've raised really important things. So one of the ways in which you can do good curation, especially if you're seeking, is you go and look at like-minded accounts like probably yours or like you've mentioned, I don't know, because sometimes they're competitors, sometimes they're comparators. So you go and see the kind of content they're posting, or even maybe they're donors, and you can draw inspiration from there. There could be a topic or two that they have published about on their platforms and that is gaining some traction. So you can pick a leaf from there and see maybe how best can you angle it to yours. Because again, direct copy and paste may not be the best way. But drawing inspiration is always okay. There are always different ways in which you can present information on the same topic. Then, as you have rightly said, analytics today, even just on X, you can know what is trending, okay, basing on politics or different things. So those analytics are able to guide you on to see the conversations that people are having online, okay, what people are interested in. So that is also one avenue. Then you also mentioned polls. Polls are very, first of all, they are real time, they're interactive, and it's people giving real feedback. So if you have 4 topics that you want to probably curate about, and you put on a poll, probably what people would be interested, people will select, and the highest one is what you curate and publish. I think I saw something in the chat. Yes, feedback or comment section. This you can even be as deliberate as asking people what they are interested in, or what they would want to know about this particular topic. And if people give you feedback, then you can act upon that. There's a term we do. It's called crowdsourcing. I think we shall look at it later. How deliberate are you in getting information from the crowd, tapping into their creativity? So that is one way in feedback. And luckily, these social media platforms are interactive in nature. People give you instant feedback in real time that you can actually act on and base on. Okay, any other ways through which you can you can get to know things that your audience is most likely interested in as you begin your curation efforts? Yeah, so I think literally that is it, but there are also other ways that may also not be as direct as possible, maybe as direct, but if you, I'm now talking this from a comms and journalism perspective. If you host people oftenly, let's say like on if you say like spaces, okay, you can get to know what people are interested in. This gentleman, what's his name? Robert Kabushenga. You get is this does he still do that space where he used to bring different experts? Maybe I stand to be corrected. There's a time he used to bring different experts from different fields. Is it still ongoing? Well, all I know is that it seems that he used to do quite some good research before bringing a specific speaker. He would have to maybe ask on his timeline, what are you interested in finding out? That's why many of the times, uh, usually the speaker he would bring would be of substance in a discussion that is prevailing online. If there was something to do with health that week that people have been complaining, then you find he brings Dr. Kasenen. The next week, if there's something, let's say security based, then he will bring, let's say, like the police spokesperson. So from the constant conversations people are having online, from even from hosting those spaces, you can tell what people are interested in. Yes, John, you're saying the 360 show. Yes, I think that was it, or 360 mentor, something like that. But it's also just, I was bringing that as an example of one way how you can utilize your social media platform to so now that's also another like good form of content curation probably, but in the angle of bringing, let's say, the most relevant speaker, let's say, for a particular topic. So for him, he adds value in different ways. Probably he of course, by even bringing here a speaker, he has done his groundwork of seeking from different sources, and I'm sure during the discussions where he had input, he was also able to bring, and he would also, I think, invite other experts on those different topics to be able to give in their perspective so that people can get, just like the name of the show, a 360 well rounded perspective of any issue that is being discussed that day. So I would really encourage for especially us all here, professionals, use your platforms to be able to curate things that first of all you're knowledgeable in, are relevant to your work, because in turn, that makes you an authority in that area, because if you're always curating about it, always giving information, you're going to become good at it. There is a lady I follow on X. She does curation of AI tools. It's a good example I can show. Do you guys see what Dr. Kasenene does? Actually, that's, I think, also a nice, good example.
Dr. Kasen and awareness.
Yes, the wellness, and this gentleman has really used this social media platform to really curate. So you see, exercising in the evening helps too. So for him, he has his niche in the medical area. So he chooses different topics on different days on what to give information on. So you see, three things men shouldn't do: sitting on your wallet, putting your phone in your front, and using your laptop directly on your laps, which I'm doing. So this is very scary. Oh my God. Yes. So ideally, this is Dr. Kasenene. So he's using his platform here. His three things men shouldn't do. That possibly he could have added value in this by adding an image, probably that really shows the extent of the damage that this can do, or you can attach a video explaining why these things are not good for you as a what, as a man. Okay, but I think you get the idea. Sorry, I guess you get the idea of content creation, especially on social media. Pick something that is relevant, that people are interested, because I'm sure the guys here, this is something they are interested in. Okay. So value addition doesn't stop. As you can see, the gentleman even puts in time to develop good graphics. Develops good graphics, and now he's, I think, literally the go-to doctor for any nutrition things because of how well he has. And yet, I'm sure he may not be like the best doctor, but he has really developed a real big following online. He gives tips, because this is probably even information that is billable. Okay, that this is money people pay for consultation fees, but he knows that from doing curation for different things that people are interested in online, people now can know that he's of value and an expert, and now can go to him for this. You see, every week I share insights and tips on how to eat a better and live a healthier life. Join my newspaper community. Sign up using this word link. So this is actually a good example. I don't even need to go to that lady who I do AI from, but I think let me just quickly. But I'm glad that we've been able to see this from a Ugandan perspective. For restful sleep, I develop a good evening routine. Okay, eat an early dinner. So he could have just put this as text, but he goes ahead, puts it in an image to make it, adds an image to make it more valuable and more appealing to the eye. This lady who I wanted to show, yes, she's here. So this lady uses her social media platform to really create and bring the best examples of AI tools to do different things. Okay. So if let me pick something, just a minute. Okay, so here it is. Anyone can add this, but here's how to write a book easily in 1 week. And she shows you different AI tools that can do that. Okay, so she'll begin here introducing the AI book editor. She provides a link to it. Okay, She tells you what it's about, its advantages, provides a link, and then goes ahead and also provides a tutorial of how you can use it. So you can really see, first of all, she has done her groundwork of searching online to find the best AI tool that can edit an ebook. So, and she has zeroed down to these ones or this one. Then she provides you the link, why it's important, and also the tutorial. Then also how to provide a profitable story idea, the theme, outline, and you can see everything has a video as well as value addition, cover design. So this is how you can actually do it on social media. So if you do this in your area of work, you'll find that you become more knowledgeable and people will start inviting you to come and discuss these things or even consult for them because of what they see on your platforms. And now, today, like we've seen with ChatGPT, you can go and ask it some of these things. Come and put them here, add a video or add a graphic, and you publish, because the way things are today, it's by claiming. If you wait for people to, you just have to be the one doing it, so that in time people know you as an expert in that area. Okay, so as you can see, this whole thread contains useful information if you want to edit your ebook, and even she goes further ahead to show you where you can sell your books online on these websites. So you really see that you're providing real top value as an expert in this area as you curate from different sources. Yes, any questions from what we have looked at there in terms of social media content curation? Okay, I think we can proceed. I hope now that the whole concept is clear of how you can leverage your platform. Let's continue. How to get started. We had seen by setting a realistic goal, knowing your audience, then also finding content sources. Content sources are very important. As you can see, that example I've showed you, that lady knows it's important to know where you're getting your information from. That leads to good curation, as we saw in the process of seeking. Then also you decide how frequently you're going to curate. Okay, that is very important. And this, of course, can be part of your content calendar or schedule, because you, let's say, as a comms person or as a journalist, when you're using your social media, it's not that you're only going to be using only curating. There are times you'll also have to do original content that comes from you, and so the way you plan for, let's say, you can have, if you're going to do 7 posts in 1 week, 3 can be, let's say, curated content. Then you have 4 original, then some are retweets or shares. So you need to properly plan. And because curation is just not spontaneous, that it does in 1 second, because you have to seek, then distill. So if you give yourself good ample time, then it also helps you plan better on how best you can do good content curation. So just like what I've showed you there, I'm sure Dr. Kasanene just doesn't come 1 minute and then he just publishes things. He has to do research. These things, even you find there's latest information that is available that can cure some of these diseases. So he does his research and he knows that probably 3 days in a week I shall come and provide curated valuable information on a topic that is pressing people online, so that people can really find value. Yes, so then plan, approve, and schedule the content. Of course, this is from the aspect of if you are working in an organization or company where there are different levels of authority in terms of content that has to be published. It's important that in your content calendar, you're able to provide a plan. It goes through the approval process from the communications team or manager, and then now you can schedule it for when it will be published, so that your content is really organized and you're really doing balanced content on your social media. Yes, and then very important, sharing relevant content. I think I've had someone put a message in the chat. Yes, Crispus. Yes, how best you command it. But like I said, ChatGPT can be used, but it's not the absolute solution to content creation or anything. Ensure you cross-check with different sources, pick from different areas, so that you're just not presenting automated or artificial intelligence uh, content. Let's proceed. We're here, plan approve, share relevant content. Again, I will mention this. I'll not get tired of mentioning this. You have to share things that are relevant to people. There's nothing that feels bad like when you do your hard work, you bring in experts from different topics, you do your background research, find valuable things that you can add to that the value addition like videos, and yet when you share them, there's one like, and it's from your team member in your organization. Okay, so like we've done, like we said, do polls, ask people share in the chat, see what the conversations are online. There's now a trending section to know what people are talking about, so that by the time when you start your curation efforts, it's really relevant to the content, to things that people are interested in. Then very important, monitor your results after your curation efforts on your platform. See how many comments that you got, likes, feedback, shares, how many reactions, how many people watched your video. That in time is going to determine, is going to give you a good judgment of were people actually interested in this topic. Last week I did something like this and it got 20 comments. This week, 2 comments. Why? Is it relevant? Are people not interested in this? Do people need more information in this to make them more aware? Okay, so and luckily with digital media, especially now like social media platforms, we have analytics tools. I think Mudassir mentioned this. You're able to determine which tweet, the number of impressions, the impact it had, number of clicks on it. So all those are really important indicators that you can use when monitoring your content curation efforts on social media. Yes, then also very importantly, positioning this content curation on social media. You also have to position your brand as a thought leader. And that's what we're looking at when we're going through Dr. Kasenene's timeline. The man curates medical content on topics, provides real valuable information, videos, graphics, and it's really hard if they place two doctors there. If you went to a hospital and you have a nutrition issue, or even not even it be nutrition, and Dr. Kasenen is there and there's another doctor who you don't know, you're most probably going to lean into Dr. Kasenen's uh, office because of how he provides valuable information on his social media platform. So that translates also to you as a communications professional, as a journalist. The way you curate shapes your brand. People will know you for the things that you put on your platform, the expert advice you give. Don't you see this, Mr. Robert Kawushenga, from moderating that 360 mentor space on Twitter or X, it also people now invite him to moderate symposiums and discussions in conferences because they can see his organization skills, bringing the relevant people, knowing things what people want to talk about, and he can now be hired to now go and moderate even bigger discussions in different conferences. Any questions regarding this or supplements to content curation on social media? I don't know if we have, oh, there's nothing in the chat. Have any questions? Oh, I see. Oh, Dr. William is here. Doctor, you're welcome.
You are most welcome. Thank you very much, sir. I've been here for the last 10 minutes or so. Thank you very much. Continue, please.
Okay. Yes, do we have any additions or questions regarding content curation, especially on social media? All right, let's proceed. So some of the tools that can guide on content that can be used in content curation. I think we remember alerts. I'll just do it one more time. So Google Alerts, since we saw content curation involves seeking, you will want to be able to find, to always get update information on a particular topic that you're going to curate about. Okay, so again, I'll put this in the chat. So for example, if you want to, any topic of your choice, you can always create an alert about it, so that by the time you're curating, this alert system has brought you different links from different sources about that particular topic into your email. And then when you now go into the process of distilling, optimizing the content, it's better because the alerts help to bring you things from different sources. Okay. And just like I showed you, the alerts come into your email. Just go there. You can always come here in your email section and you'll find Google Alerts. Okay. So you can set alerts for things that you're passionate about or that you'll even curate in the future about. So that by the time when you're ready, either on your website or on your social media platform, you can find relevant things in your email on that alert that you set, so that you can publish authoritatively with good resources that you have set here. So Google Alerts is one of them. And then also we have Feedly, feedly.com, works in the same way. I'll share this in the chat. Yes, so here they'll ask you what you're planning to use it for, find all your favorite places in one place. Okay, so you can follow all your favorite websites. As you can see, the different topics are here. Okay, so this also helps if you're going to curate about any topic, let's say tech. Come here, search there, you find what they're talking about tech, pick from these different sources, and then you can now be able to go and add value to what you get from these different sources. So Feedly, Google Alerts, there are many out there. I think I'll provide them more of these links in the presentation that you can use as sources. We've just looked at AI perplexity, things that can provide you with real-time links to websites that can assist you in your seeking process in curation. Okay. So here we want to see some of the values of good content creation. Okay, so just like anything, there are certain things or best practices if you want to achieve good content curation that you need to be achieved. So one of the values is Curation reduces information overload by providing filtered information. Remember where we began from, the presentation, drawing context from how when you search for information online, there's like an information overload, millions of results, you don't know where to find things. But when you do curation as an expert, you're providing an easy access to relevant information on the topic in one platform. So it could be on your social media or on your website. So by that, now someone can directly go to that link that you've published, where you have curated, and they provide real filtered information, because you know you have done the hard work of distilling from different sources, elevating the work, mashing it up, and also putting it in a really good chronological order that is relevant to them. Then two, curation brings clarity to chaos by making sense of the information. Um, Anyone who would like to probably expound on this? How does curation bring clarity to chaos by making sense of information? I think from the explanations I've had, we should be able to ably contribute to this now. Yes, guys? How is curation an enabler of clarity? Yes, I'm waiting for your responses. This should not be really hard because we've been discussing this. Okay, I think there's something in the chat. Oh, was it a hand? I thought it was a chat. Had someone put up their hand and wanted to speak?
Yes, it was me, John.
Yes, John, please go ahead.
In terms of enabling clarity, I think there's lots of information spread out online, and it's very difficult for readers to fully comprehend them. But by curating those information into clear, concise information, makes it easier for the readers to understand, thus bringing clarity.
Yes, thank you. So just the curation, actually the curation process, clarity is involved. Yes, Bernard, you want to add to that?
Thank you. I want to add something that because someone who curates is so into research, this information is well researched information is always made easy.
Yes. A good curator or good curation also involves, of course, good research. And in research, you're making clarity of information. Remember, we talked about the distilling from all those various things that you find online. You distill and get the best only. So you're giving the person accessing your work the most refined version of content that you have found online and also added value to. And that is why today curation is actually a huge expertise and skill that many people are looking out for. Because one, we're no longer in an age of where information is scarce. You know, those days it used to be like 20 people who had information either in their minds or published in certain pamphlets. But right now we're living in an age of information where content is accessible online on different platforms, but a curator is still needed. Your expertise is still needed to add value, give your own perspective, and see different sources or experts who can still provide good perspective to that. I think, yes, Musisi says, providing a focused and organized view of information also makes it an enabler of clarity. Yes, And this is what I seek to. I'll be glad if you guys start really doing these kinds of things, especially in your fields of expertise. If you are not able to create, at least be able to curate, be able to find sources content from different sources, add value to it. Bring your friends in your articles. Get a quote from Crispus. Get him on video. Now he can even record himself. If you know Crispus is knowledgeable in something, ask for his video of him explaining the relevance. Upload it on YouTube, and then you put it in your article. Let me see. Yes, Tabitha, I think it also brings clarity because the information overload has been dealt with, yet with value, all noise cut out, yes, and goodness is put together. Thank you. Yes, this is very true. So I'm glad to see that you guys really get the whole process where we're coming from, seeking, distilling to sharing. Thank you. Let's continue. Yes, this I've been emphasizing and mentioning it. Adding value. If you do curation and there is no value addition, I'm afraid that is not curation. You're just copying and pasting people's work and presenting it the way you got it. So how are you adding? Are you integrating your content that summarizes key issues from things that you've got? Can you provide a comprehensive summary or a list of 5 things, explaining them in your own way? Okay, adding your own perspective to original content. Add value and provide a deeper content experience by cross-referencing curated topics to other online resources or perspectives. What do other experts on the topic have to say? Have you got, if you're doing anything journalism or communication related, which experts are there? Have you invited, have you got an opinion from Dr. Taeva, from Dr. Sarah, from Dr. Charlotte, from your fellow student, your fellow colleagues? So the more, if you're curating on something related to media, the more experts you have, in addition to what you are able to seek online, the better your curation efforts are going to be. Okay, then we have this. Curation extends the shelf life of information. Again, I will ask, from the discussions we have had, how do you think curation extends the shelf life of information? I'll leave it on the screen for 5 more seconds. How does curation extend the shelf life of information? Yes, Mudassir?
Yeah, the curation increases the shelf life of information because it gives it allows the information to be used in different spaces, and for researchers like us, in case you want to use that information like for academic purposes, you'll always reference it and even include the link. So for me, I think curation allows for that.
Okay, thank you. Doctor, you do not see anything on the screen? Were you guys seeing my
Yes,
screen? Oh, sorry. Right now, I'm on the screen showing all of us, but I was previously on my presentation. Were you guys able to see it?
Yes, we were.
Yes, we were easily seeing it.
oh, okay. So right now there is nothing, right?
Right now, there's nothing. It's just me. What is showing
Oh,
now
okay.
is the screen of attendance of the people on the call right now.
Yes, please. That's fine, sir. Thank you. Thank you for clarification. Thank you.
Okay.
You
Yes.
were speaking as if you are speaking from a presentation, and I was not seeing it. So, but thank you, sir.
Okay.
It's okay.
Yes. Any other submission in regards to how content curation extends the shelf life of information? Yes, Bernard?
Just an additional to my previous colleague that curated information can be published in journals and etc. of the related uh, documents which can be referenced. Further publications. It
Yes,
makes it more cemented in the shelves.
yes. Thank you. I also see Tabitha adding on to that. I think because the information now brought forward is tested and draws its long life from the expertise referenced in, people can easily trust. Yes. So all these are very true. And also in addition, um, because curation, remember curation, you're picking also from what some other people have published on that particular area or topic, and then you're adding on your expertise. So that means that information on that topic will forever be getting improved going on forward, because even you, after you publish, someone can pick now some content from what you've got and be able to add their own expertise, okay, their own perspective, bring in their own consultants and find a way to arrange it in a way that is relevant to their particular audience. And that means there will be more information out there on that particular topic, hence increasing its shelf life. So in addition to what you are saying, the fact that curation picks from what people have done ensures that that topic gets discussed on from different angles and perspectives, and there will always be something that can be added on. I hope that makes it more clear from what we were sharing as well. Yes, so here we see that for curators, curation is an efficient way to build knowledge, skills, thought leadership, and network. For organization, curation helps build staff expertise, improve branding, and create impact. You are what you curate. I think I've been emphasizing this throughout. As you're searching, you're building skills. As you're reading through the content from different sources, you're building your knowledge on the topic. Then you're becoming a thought leader, and you're also building networks. I already gave the example of Dr. Kasenene, um, Mr. Robert Kabushenga, and even other communication. There are so many people I know through these curation efforts have really become thought leaders because they are always constant researching and finding ways of improving their work. And if you want to get hired for, let's say, certain big level consultancies, uh, they're, they're going to search for the kind of things that you've written about them. Okay. So it's important right now, if you want to be a consultant in medical journalism or whatever field, that was just an example, find what you can curate about it. Publish an article. That word is spreading out there. When people search for you online and that article and that comes, then they're most likely going to find that they will hire you to come and train them in how to do that, because they have seen that you have actually published. And as you have seen, all the information doesn't have to come from your head. You can go and pick from different sources, see the value you can add, and then you publish, and you have really meaningful content out there online on particular topics. Okay, is that clear in regards to that? Because we want to quickly now see that the differences from aggregation and curation. So here, from curation, it uses editorial expertise to select content. Remember, I've said your expertise as a as a skilled person in that area, you pick and select the best. Whereas aggregation, it picks from all sources. It doesn't, for as long as the keyword is set, let's say technology, that website, all it has to do is bring links on technology from different sources. Then curation enhances other people's content with commentary, your own expertise. Then this one just brings the best content from different sources there. Then we have in curation, Of course, you cannot go with the original with the headline that you got from somewhere else. You have to, because right now you have given it your own touch and expertise. So you have to also come up with the best kind of appealing headline based on the way you've arranged it, added value to it, and also chronologically presented it. Whereas here in aggregation, the way the title was published on that platform is what you bring. There is really nothing that you change. Then here in curation, you distinguish content to attract attention, whereas aggregation, the information is organized systematically based on the keyword and you find it in that area. Then curation, published content on a regular schedule, whereas aggregation as when it is available. And that's so here the last point, you can always plan for your curation so that it is well together. Any questions regarding this? Very important that these differences are clear. Question or addition, supplement to the difference between content curation and aggregation. Okay, see nothing in the chat. Okay, so I want to believe that was clear. Let's go forward. Yes, so this as we finalize, it's important to know good curation versus bad what? Bad curation. So good curation honors where the content is coming from, whereas with bad curation, it degrades. Then as a good curator, you should be able to study this content, look through it, analyze it before you present it to people. Whereas a bad curator, you just want to skim through. That's how you present curated information that has spelling errors or even things that are not factual. Imagine you're curating about something in Uganda and you're going to publish things saying Uganda has 42 districts. It could have had them at one time, but really you've not taken time to study the content that you've got. Then good curation, like I said, has many sources, whereas bad one has one source. Okay. Credit, again, these are literally explainable. Good curation credits where content is coming from. This one doesn't credit. Then good curation transforms. To transform is to really make, to elevate something and make it better, not just imitating and copying and pasting. So the transformation here comes with the value addition and those additional things that you do to make the work more relevant and appealing. Then the remix is the order, the chronological way in which the order is presented. Are you remixing it, which is good, or are you just cutting it, pasting it, and presenting it the way it was from where you got it? So also having a good skill of remixing, presenting information to ensure that it's relevant to people, ensures that you're a good curator. Again, I'll ask if there's any question here. Are we good on what good curation and bad curation practices are? Okay, you can proceed. Yes, so what are some of the things that make your curation relevant? Okay, I've been mentioning these. Are you selecting topics based on your audience information or needs? And that's why I mentioned this, very important. You're not doing this for you. You're doing this to help people. You're doing this based on what they're interested in. Okay, so putting your interests ahead of your audience information needs is something all content curators have to avoid. I know sometimes you might be tempted to think, or just like we're opinionated human beings and biased, so you want to publish things that are probably good for you and maybe easier for you, but people may not be interested in them or want to know. Okay, and yet your role is to, remember, as a journalist or communicate, to inform, educate. So what you're curating about should be able to serve that purpose. Then preparing and updating your audience personas is the best way to avoid wasting your time curating topics that your market doesn't care about. Okay, and we said how you can do this, getting people's what your audience is interested in. Some of the things we looked at, like those opinion polls, people in the comments, what they are sharing. You can deliberately ask on your media platforms what topics people are interested in, so that you're always in the constant knowing of the things people are interested in finding. Then also, furthermore, making it relevant is ensure that you're able to publish uh, and distribute your content to reach your audience on different avenues. Okay, so it's always recommended distribute your curated content on multiple channels, YouTube, as long as it can, the avenues are available, the better for you. Okay, so we have here a quote from a master of content creation, who is Robin Good. And I would like to request one of us to read this as we finalize. Yes, please go ahead.
The key element that makes curation works is the competence and focus of the curator and the topic he or she has selected. Repeated efforts to create curated channels that mix and match broad and highly competitive topics are bound to see a very short life. Robin
Yes,
Good, Master of Content Creation.
yes. So I hope this provides context. Pick a topic, focus on it instead of mixing so many topics in one. That's also another skill of curation. Pick a topic, um, find what's relevant about it, curate the content, publish it. Because each topic can be curated on, rather than mixing and matching so many competitive topics together, you'll find that your curation efforts are in vain. Whereas if you focused on one thing, you'll find that people give it attention. It's more relevant because it's based on, it's topic based, and you find that people can really see the value in it rather than mixing. Imagine you're going to football, then you put netball all in one tweet. It really gives a mixed match of information. Then here, are you ready to be a curator? Okay, those who can curate, those who can't at least be in the process of reviewing before it's being published. If you can't review, at least tweet. If you can't tweet, at least what? Retweet. So basically, this is just to let you know, be somewhere in the process. At least if you're in an organization, are you among the people who are seeking, distilling? If you're doing it, because this can also be done by one person, really. But be involved in the curation process. Be a curator of something, especially if you're a specialist today. Be a curator of something. Be known for something. Be known to really curate on a topic or any area of expertise and be able to add good value to it. And just like curate, this entire presentation is what? Is curated. Information is got from different sources. I add value to it. I bring, as you can see, I've even quoted some experts who have been able to add expertise to it. So curation happens in many ways, and we should really be able to adopt this in our communication and journalistic practice. Do we have any questions? And all key supplements, what are our key takeaways from today? from what we have covered. I know we have covered quite a number of things, so I would appreciate at least on everything, let's say from aggregation to curation, we can see our take home from here before I invite Dr. Yes, go for it.
Yeah, I think my take home is the categorization of content to focus on one topic, not to, in case you choose to curate your, to have like to create content on your blog. It's important to focus on one topic. You don't have to be a 360 person looking at almost everything. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Any other take home from what we have looked at today? Are the rest going to use the chat? Okay. Musisi says he's inspired by how AI can help in this digital era. Okay. Any other? Yes, Tabitha focused on a particular subject. Remember, there's good and bad curator. Be the good one. And lastly, to honor sources. Yes, that's good. I'm still waiting on Crispus, Naomi, John. A justification as professionals to curate. Okay, great. Okay, I think you can share the remaining ones in the chat. I will end here and let Dr. Tayebwa come to finalize. Thank you for your active participation. I'll now hand over to Dr. Tayebwa.
Thank you very much, Eddie. Thank you very, very much indeed. This is clearly very instructive stuff. I look forward, and the group looks forward to receiving the PowerPoint presentation or the notes so that we can be able to mull over and get into the details of all that. Thank you very much, Eddie, once again. And this is really excellent stuff. This is what I'd always wanted. I just want to bring to update the wonderful class here as to how the semester has been moving and what is remaining, so that they can be able to take stock of that and not forget. Did Okot John, did he present last time? No, I don't think he has presented. So we basically have four remaining presentations. And so I look forward to this being done next week so that we get this out of the way. You're welcome, dear. So that we get it out of the way. That should be done really, really fast. And then at the bottom here, you can be able to see that I haven't forgotten about this, but this I think is best done during the time when we are doing exams, but you can also advise me whether you want to do it before, so that I can be able to arrange it at the earliest. So comprehension test, I had proposed the 12th of December. You can advise if I can keep it on the 12th of December. So we can check here how far we stand. This assigned text, that's what you've been doing, and we wind next week. Thank you those who have submitted your essays. I got them. Those who haven't, please submit your PowerPoint as well. The one you used when you are presenting. If you don't have, it's fine. I'll just read the essay. That's fine. Second, number 2, which is the most important, I just revised the way I had wanted to go about it. It remains still very important, but I got the concepts. Sorry that I've not shared them. I'll share them with you tomorrow, and you can be able to see. But from what I'm seeing is that we're going to arrange a visit to those organizations. I'll communicate when we can do that. But since this is not an examinable course, we should be quite flexible in when we can do this. So that should not be a very big problem. But it's very big. And I think we are running a little bit out of time on this. But I want you to get in touch with the contacts within that organization so that you can be able to arrange the project you want to work on, the multimedia essay. So please, we are slowly running out of time. I want you to get going. Let me put everything tomorrow, and I share with you so that you can start this week or next week. This is something that you can do within 1 week, and you are done with the multimedia essay. So, and then of course the final one is the comprehension test that I've asked you to tell me when you want this done. So basically that's it. Over to you, class. Let me hear from you, and then we end here. Over to you, please. Just unmute yourself. If you have a question, if you have an issue to raise, please do it now, and we end.
Yes, Doctor, thank you very much. I just wanted some clarification. You said, are we having all the presentations next week, or we're having some today?
Yeah, no, let's no. It's okay. Too late. It's not too late now. I'm really exhausted from the field trip. I beg your indulgence that we do the presentations next week. But if you have another day, do you have any free day during the week? Thursday, Friday, do you have a free day? Tomorrow, of course, I have the theory class. But are you free on Thursday? Are you free on Friday? If not, then it's okay. We can do it on next week on Tuesday. We wind up all the presentations next week. And then if we have, then we get some guest lecturers coming in from the groups that the ones that you shared, and then basically that's it, and wind up the semester. We have exhausted our curriculum. Does that answer your question, Mudassir?
Yes, Doctor, it does. Thank you.
Okay, I know you were very ready for us today, but don't worry. But if we have a free day, Thursday or Friday, please let me know so that we can schedule these presentations, we get them out of the way, and we create more time for our guest lecturers. Okay, Bernard Bakaru says let's have them next week because on the other days we are packed. I totally hear you. Normally the first semester for Masters 1 is usually very packed. So I totally understand. Kale, Piebyo, I don't see any other questions. I don't see any other issues being raised. Thanks very much once again. Edward, thank you very much. I think this partnership is working out very well. I'm very excited that we made this partnership happen between Ultimate Multimedia Consult and the department. Clearly, it's coming in very handy, and I'm one of the biggest beneficiaries of this. Thank you, lovely people. Have a blessed evening. Edward, thanks very much once again.
Have a blessed evening, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.